1, hey, 2, hey, 1, hey, 2, hey, 3, hey, 4, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho. Everybody get up. Ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho. Everybody get up. Everybody get up. I said, everybody get up. Everybody get up. I said, everybody get up. Everybody get up. I said, everybody get up. Everybody get up. I said,
How you doing, Miss LaDios?
Oh, Miss Rav'n, it's a good day today, but before we get started, let's give a shout out to Rav'n Moon. Happy birthday!
Oh, hey, and look at this beautiful necklace my partner gave me. Isn't that gorgeous?
I like
love
to
this girl.
spoil my friends, and she's spoiled me.
Yes. Oh, we love each other
Yes,
a lot.
we do. Well, happy birthday, girl.
And thank you for acknowledging it. I love you for being in my life.
Yes.
And thank you for tuning in and being with us. What a gift. Thank you.
Welcome, Dark Side family. We're so glad you're here.
Yeah.
LaDios Muhammad here, Rav'n Moon. We are actors from the dark side, and guess what we're doing today?
It could be a movie. What are we doing today, LaDios?
Well, we are reviewing Project Power.
Ooh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Netflix original. Y'all need to see this if you have not already because wow.
You liked it? You
I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. Yeah.
Action pack and with the great Jamie Foxx.
Yes.
Woo!
And I mean, what a great performance Jamie Foxx did.
Yeah.
Should we round out the characters real fast?
Yeah,
Bring it into the audience?
All right, so we starting with Jamie Foxx, who plays Art. He is the main character. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Oh, you might know Jamie in a couple things like
Just a couple things.
Django,
Maybe
Ray,
Ray.
the Jamie Foxx Show, Collateral. Oh, wait, and he is about to do Mike Tyson, the Mike Tyson movie.
Now, do you ever watch the game show that he does?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
Are they still even showing that again?
I think he still has that going.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if, with the COVID and everything.
Source of revenue.
But I can't wait. He's been training for the Mike Tyson movie, so I'm super stoked about that. He's been posting stuff on Instagram and YouTube. And
that makes sense. That body was looking pretty tight in this movie, so that makes sense.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And then we got Joost Gordon-Levitt, who plays Frank Shaver. He is the also the lead supporting actor, and he plays the cop. He's been in, you can find him in Inception, Don Juan. I remember him in Don Juan.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight Rises, and then 10 Things I Hate About You. And I like that one. That was an old school one. That was like
an old school
early.
movie. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, I like that one. And then, we got Dominique Fisher, who is
Fishback.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fishback. Thank you.
No problem.
She plays Rav'n. She's also another lead in the role.
She's amazing.
She's a young black female. Awesome rapper.
Yes.
She's a good lyricist.
Yeah.
Now you could find her in The Knights, Colson and The Deuce. The Deuce was a series that was from 2017 to 2019. She'll be in those.
Okay.
And The Hate That You Give, Thug.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, I love that. And I was trying to figure out where was she specifically, because I did see that movie. I really liked that one.
Yeah, I couldn't remember her character in the movie either, but I do remember seeing her face when I started watching this.
Yeah.
So obviously she was memorable. Yeah. I just can't remember.
She made a presence. Obviously, she's in this movie. And then she's coming up in a movie called Judas and the Black Messiah. That's coming out next year in 2021. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be
all right. And you want to hit a couple of them?
Sure, absolutely. So then you had Courtney B. Vance, who played Captain Crane. He was also in The Preacher's Wife, American Crime Story, and Law and Order. And he was kind of a grimy New Orleans police chief, if you will. So that was a very interesting.
Angela Bassett's husband.
And he was Angela Bassett's husband.
Oh, he is.
That's right. Oh, I did not know that in real life.
Yeah, in real life. They've been married for a year. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Years. And then he was also in Lovecraft County. which or country. I've never seen that.
Well, it just came out.
Oh,
I think that's a new HBO or Showtime that just started. It actually just premiered in the last couple of weeks. So we're waiting for the whole season. Then we're going to rent Showtime because then all the stuff will be on there and we can, binge it.
Definitely. And then you had Allen Maldonado, very attractive black man, by the way. He played Landry, who was kind of Joseph Gordon-Levitt's partner in the movie, and he's been in Last OG. He's hilarious in Last OG, as well as Blackish and Superfly. So I love the remake. The remake, and I love his comedic range, and it's wonderful to see an actor bust out of that and do something more serious. So good job, wonderful work, Ellen. And then we had Andreen Ward Hammond, and that was Robin's mother in the show. Her name was Irene, and she's been in Just Mercy and Loving. I've seen Loving, and Instant Family. I haven't seen that yet.
Nice. And then we have a couple more. Rodrigo Santoro.
Oh, I like him.
He plays Biggie. How interesting. And he's been in Westworld 300, Rise of an Empire, and Focus with Will Smith. He always plays really good, grimy kind of roles. I like him.
Definitely.
He makes an imprint on you. Definitely remember his face.
Yeah, kind of seductive.
Yeah.
And then we have Casey Neistat.
I think that's
who was Moto, who was kind of a drug dealer, and he was grimy.
Yeah,
he was definitely grimy. Yeah, and he's been in Nerve, The Airplane Mode, and the Neistat brothers.
Yeah.
So obviously that's...
I've never seen any of those.
Yeah,
but
me neither, but up and coming actor.
Yeah.
And then we had a couple of breakthrough. Who was that?
That was Amy Landecker.
Okay.
Who was the big farmer drug lord.
Yeah. She's like manufacturing this power.
Yes, and you know what? We really mentioned her specifically because we kind of, we always try to do a little research, and the two previous credits that she had was Enough Said and Doctor Strange, and so we just want to keep encouraging, she made a big breakthrough on the SAG project.
Way to go, girl. Way to go.
Jamie Foxx.
Good job, Amy Landecker. Yes, that's exciting.
And then the awesome director here of this movie is Henry Joost.
Joost.
You know me.
Hey.
Man. So anyway, wow, let's take it from the top.
Absolutely, let's
start
do
it out.
All right, so we start out with this with Biggie, Rodrigo Santoro, presenting this crazy little capsule that looks like there is maybe a hurricane and an explosion going on inside of it. And he's like, this is power, and I'm going to give it to you for free, and then eventually you can have the power, blah, blah, blah. So I remember in that first scene, I was like, whoa, why would you ever want to give a drug away like this? Because apparently it almost makes you invincible, gives you all these super kind of natural kind of things, and then they fast forward about 6 weeks or 6 months. I think it was 6 months later.
And then you're with Robin. Robin, played by Dominique Fishback. Who's looking at this little capsule, and she's doing a rap. And by the way, she's a nice little flow of lyricist.
Really
nice. And so something interesting, so she's looking at it, and then so these two young yuppie guys, they want to purchase it. She's like $500 a pop. Another third guy comes, tries to steal it, rob her, and then drives in Frank Shaver by Joseph Levitt, comes in. He's on his motorcycle. Boom.
We think he's gonna, apprehend the young girl, but no. He kind of takes some power for himself, and we find out that him and this young girl have a pretty tight relationship. He buys her a bike, or gets her a bike. We don't know if it was bought, but they clearly have. They clearly have this kind of symbiotic relationship, if you will.
But you like that dark, light kind of thing, because she says, "Are you a good guy or a bad guy?" And he was like, "I'm only taking this to catch the bad guys."
Right.
Yeah. So he's a cop now, by the way.
Absolutely. So they kind of push the lines of the fact that boundaries aren't always clear, and things can be blurry as far as good and right, or good and evil, and right and wrong.
Weren't we talking about that last night?
We were a little bit.
It's not even good and right and wrong. It's like healthy and unhealthy, cause and effect.
Yes. so much about that.
So then when
later,
we're
too.
fast and forward, then I guess we're going to, you get into Jamie Foxx.
Yes.
He makes his premiere.
Yes,
you know?
absolutely.
And he's looking for somebody.
Oh man, and some of these shots, I just gotta say, some of these shots of New Orleans are just like breathtaking. I mean, this apartment covered in graffiti, it's almost like, I don't know, gives you the chills. It's so kind of like awe-inspiring but provoking.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't give you a total good feeling because it's poverty. And,
It is very impoverished.
you know, those kind
They
of
did
things.
really good on that.
They did. It was really amazing.
Mhm.
But that first scene, that struck me. That apartment building and everybody being outside.
was,
and kind of the depths of being, you know, down and out, if you will, you know?
The ghetto.
Yeah, the ghetto.
And the heart of New Orleans, it was the ghetto and very poor. So, you know, you see him knocking on the door. And there's this guy, and he says, tell him so-and-so sent me. I forgot the name.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Anyhow, the guy was like, he's like, if you don't believe me, check on it. So this guy, when you see kind of a glimpse of him, he looks very distorted and...
Like one side of his face looks burnt off. Like,
Yeah. And this is why we're introducing this power pill.
Yeah.
Okay. So he goes to check on and see with Jamie. Come to find out, you know, Jamie busts in the door, breaks it in. Whatever.
Oh, it's so cool the way that he does it, though. He uses a string to, like, get the latch to unlock. So that's super cool. And then just walks in.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's just in it.
Yeah, and the guy knows that Jamie is after him and trying to find out who his supplier is, and he pops the pill. And here's where everything unfolds. What this pill does, this power pill, and so the thing with this power pill is it gives you superpowers, but for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what? I wonder why they did 5 minutes.
You know, it almost, I felt like it was almost like a correlation to crack cocaine. Like that super fast high. Yeah, so I wondered if that was something that we could hook on to.
See, I was looking at more of the spiritual, like the numerology, like what does 5 represent, and you know, the number 5.
I'm thinking maybe we have a drug that has an implant like that, and the highly addictive quality of it, because basically what happens when he takes this pill, he incinerates himself, and you can tell from what we saw previously, just the shot of him being melted down, this isn't the first time he's incinerated himself. So to put your body through that kind of pain and all of that, like obviously this drug has to be highly addictive, where you're just
I think the fact of here's the thing is, I don't know if it's so much addictive as it's
or
called
is it the
power,
rush, right? Or is it the power that gets you?
It's the power, you know, your superpowers. Everybody wants to be a superhero. And here's a downfall about the pill. Is you don't know what your superpowers are going to be.
Exactly.
So like this guy, he, like you said, he's on fire.
Yeah.
But when he comes down, his face is all jacked up. Some people swell up, and when you come back, your skin is all hanging.
Yeah.
So you don't know what your power is going to be. Some people can, and we'll get into the next one.
Sure, absolutely.
But yeah, anyway, you know, that's the introduction of Jamie and to the guy, and
really incredible, just fight scene, and I mean Inferno blazing. It was really cool graphics. Like,
they did some great graphics.
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, even just the
going from the apartment to the apartment, and how he put him out with the water.
Oh my gosh!
That was, it was amazing.
Intense.
Yeah, and then you can overdose. You can actually overdose on the drug. You know?
And a lot of people do. It seems like, because it almost seems like you get this huge release, but when you keep doing it, your body kind of gets a little bit more weakened from it, and like it's So it's very interesting.
Yeah. So this is his connection. Concept. Him meeting this guy is his connection to Rav'n. You know, Art meeting this guy is his connection to Rav'n because he gets the guy's phone, and apparently this guy is a customer of Rav'n's.
Yes.
So, you know, and then we move on to Rav'n. So we learned about her background story, and you know, her mom has diabetes.
And needed a surgery, so probably like an amputation or something like that. You know,
or maybe a transplant.
Maybe,
you know,
there's
but Rav'n is basically hustling, selling his product, like, you know, most cases trying to make a living, trying to take care of her mom. Which, oh God, I hate to see that. Like, you know, I hate to see a child, and it happens often.
It happens all the time.
You know, so young. So she has to be what?
I thought
10,
maybe
9, 10, 8th grade.
I thought more like maybe 9th or 10th grade.
Ninth or 10th.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9th or 10th
like
grade, 15, 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so here's the thing. Is she super intelligent, which
Super intelligent.
most children are, but they're not challenged
Of course.
in the educational system, so they're bored, you know. They're probably thinking like, why go to school when I could be making money?
Well, absolutely.
So anyway, she's at school and she's texting. What was that guy's name?
Wasn't it just Frank?
No, the one who died. So she's actually texting Art, who is Jamie Foxx.
But she thinks
it's her previous
Moto.
client. No, was it Moto?
I think it was Moto. Yeah.
No, Moto comes in later.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I forgot. I didn't look up the guy's name, but I did.
okay.
Yeah, but this is the one who OD'd because Jamie Foxx got the phone and she was like, "Hey, I seen you on the news. I seen your apartment building. You all right? I'm good. And so this is how she connects. But anyway, while she's in class, the teacher kind of calls her out.
Yeah.
And something interesting is he's like, basically, what do you want to do with your life? And she says, her friend says she's a rapper.
Yeah, she can rap. Yeah.
And they do this thing you're thinking is really happening, and she does this really nice rap. So
yeah.
people fail to realize that lyricists and rappers are highly intelligent because they have a plethora of vocabulary because they're lyricists, So she does this bomb rap, and you're thinking it's all live, and it's really a fantasy. I was like, dang, that would have been dope.
Yeah.
But anyway, she ends up walking out of class, and, getting on about her business, going to meet this guy, which is really Art. Jamie Foxx.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And they meet at the church's chicken, right? Yeah. But remind me what happens. You keep going, because
okay. So what happened when they got there, or how did they get there?
Yeah. Once she gets there, I'm trying to remember.
So Jamie is waiting for her, and then he sees her coming up, blah blah blah, and he flattens her tire. He flattens her tire. So when she goes out, he basically abducts her, puts her in the trunk, and
that's right.
He was like, "Yo, I need you to help me," and he's kind of like, threatening her just to get some information, not because he really wants to hurt her, but he did say, "If you don't give me information, I'll hurt Irene. Irene's your mama."
Yes.
So he must have did his background check.
Yes.
Yeah. But basically, his thing is to get to the person who is distributing this power pill, because that person leads to his whole journey of who? His daughter.
Yeah, of course.
His daughter.
Of course. Yeah, Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy.
And it's what's interesting. And sorry, I was just thinking about Joseph Gordon-Levitt and what happens during that. While that whole abduction happens, Joseph Gordon-Levitt ends up getting called to a bank robbery.
Yes.
And it's being committed by somebody, of course, on power. And his ability is almost like being a chameleon.
Yes.
So he blends in with all of the scenery and that kind of stuff. And they go through this really crazy fight scene and all of that. And at one point, when he shows up, Frank Shaver, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, his Captain Crane, says, "Hey, we just got told by these suits to stand down." Yeah. And of course, Joseph Gordon-Levitt doesn't listen.
Yeah.
He just takes a power pill and goes through the back door and ends up going on this big chase and pretty much apprehends this guy, which isn't what the captain wanted.
Yeah, and
at the end of the day. Yeah, so...
And the reason the captain knows something's wrong because the guy goes to shoot him in the head and he doesn't die.
Yeah. So he knows that he's on power, but also he tells him that Art is the supplier and Art is the one that he should be going after, even though there's always these gentlemen in suits that are kind of intercepting them, kind of thing. So so that gets revealed a little bit later.
But then I wonder, does the captain really think that Art is the supplier, or has the captain been told that Art is the supplier?
Oh, he was probably told.
And we're done. Hey Dark Side family, when you're ready to book your massage, don't forget to book it at the Healing OASIS. The healthy body is a healthy life, with the licensed professional AJ Battle. And then when you're ready to implement some teas, tinctures, and trinkets, go ahead and head over to Royalty Blends. Here at the Actors for the Dark Side, we promote black and brown businesses. So remember, you don't have to be asleep to dream. So get up and get out and do something for yourself. Yeah, so then I'm just trying to figure out, is the captain being deceived, or is he a part of?
Right, or is the captain deceitful?
Yeah, deceitful,
Yeah,
and is he a part of the bigger picture of the big pharma? Which I kind of think he is.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I mean,
but you don't really know much of his backstory. But that was where Courtney B. Vance came in, and Captain Crane and.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So now everything starts to unwind because we're like, you see flashbacks of Jamie Foxx getting in this big wreck, which was weird in a cornfield.
Yeah, but he was being chased down.
Yeah, and then their car turns over, blows up, and they pull his daughter. Mm-hmm. So you're starting to connect the dots.
Yeah.
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 And so the young girl, which is Rav'n, tells she has an emergency number.
Yes.
Yeah, she has an emergency number that if she's in any trouble to call this emergency number. And these are the connections that leads them to the big pharma, which is on some type of big army secluded base. That's,
because they even got on to wasn't there remember with Biggie and the Hispanic buyers, and they kind of tracked that down too.
They tracked that down to the club.
So there was the club, and they had a lot of ways to infiltrate. If you will.
That was cool. Yeah, I forgot about that part because that's where you're introduced to Moto and Biggie again, and this is where they're making their big sale. Was she from Venezuela?
She was definitely from South America.
Yeah, she was from South America.
Yeah, it could have been Venezuela.
And she, so he's about to do this big $1 million drug deal. Him being Rodrigo, right?
Yes.
Rodrigo and Moto. And they do a little presentation, and they put this young girl who tries the drug. And so she's in this glass kind of cylinder container, and she finds out her superpowers is to freeze. She can
produce ice.
And so again, you know what I'm thinking?
But it was weird though, because it was almost like it killed her too, didn't it?
Well, it started off very euphoric and very sensual.
Yeah,
she's like all in love.
But
I think so. So I never done the drug, but it reminded me, and one of my friends told me, if you do acid, LSD, or mushrooms, depending on what your mental state determines your trip. And so, I don't know. And so maybe because she was euphoric when she tried it, but when she started to get panicky and she found out she couldn't get out the glass, then she starts to, everything comes out of control. So I'm trying to figure out, with this drug, depending on your mental state, can determine
I
some of your outcome.
Figure out if it was that or if it was, oh shit, everything inside of me is freezing and I'm panicking now. Because that was the other part of it too, was that it seemed to have this, almost like the guy that turned into an inferno. Right? It was a metabolic change.
Right.
So to go through ice inside of you, eventually, and then maybe being encapsulated like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because you can't get out.
There was no way to get out of it, get out of that state. Right? Maybe
and
that 5 minutes
she didn't know how to control
forever.
Those powers. So.
And maybe that 5 minutes would last forever as soon as you were in that whatever chamber they had her in, versus her just having the 5 minute high and it getting out of her system.
For sure.
So that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was good. And then there's this conflict, and they had Jamie, he gets in somehow. And then everybody's fighting, and was it Rodrigo or was it Moto? It was Moto who did that. Because one thing I noticed about Moto, his neck was all it's extra skin, and I was like, something, he blows up.
Something wrong. I thought so too.
So when he takes this power pill, and he gets really enlarged, huge, kind of like
the
Hulk.
Yeah, the Hulk. Yeah, it was like the Hulk.
But he doesn't go back looking good. So, so anyway, and it's so funny because the whole time Jamie's just fighting them regularly. Blowing him up or whatever. And so from there.
But didn't he have a capsule? Or was that at the very end? Never mind, because I know Jamie Foxx takes it. No, that's at the very end. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Spoiler alert. So then we got what's his name? Frank Shaver. And that's where they meet. And
that's how it led to the whole, let's make the phone call
with
and
Art
all that.
And Rav'n, and Robin's like, yo, you got the wrong man. He's trying to get his daughter, yada, yada, And so they start collaborating together and they get themselves, because Jamie had to tell him, he was arrested that night. Jamie was arrested, and he tells Frank, you don't understand. This is bigger than you. They're gonna tell you to take me here, and then they're gonna kill you. And so you're right. I think Captain Crane was a part of that.
He was a part of it because he totally was like, "Stay where you are. We're coming." So I think he was absolutely
a grimy cop.
He was. So because Jamie Foxx just asked him a couple of key questions. Why does this always happen? And why do you think they'd release this in a state like New Orleans where they have a corrupt police force? And I was like, ooh, okay.
Nice. So then, they're at this army base and...
Or the shipyard, right?
It's something. It's crazy. But they're surrounded by, army trained men and guards and, whatever. And basically... the whole plethora of things that happens then is everybody's collaborating to get in.
Yes.
And it's so funny because everybody's got the pill. So they're using that pill against one another. And so what we're finding, the whole quest is Jamie's trying to find his daughter. And his daughter has the superpowers that they're experimenting off of her since they abducted her from the car crash. And they're using it to create this power pill.
So did you see Henrietta Leaks, the movie that they did with Oprah on HBO?
No, which one? What is it called? Henrietta Leaks?
Well, and I don't know if that was the name of it, but it was all about Henrietta Leaks. And they give, Amy Landecker does a huge little monologue about this one black woman that went to the doctor back in 1960, and they took her cells, as well as her unhealthy cells and her healthy cells, and created all kinds of different diseases and stuff. And, but her story in the HBO,
that's interesting. I must have missed that.
Amazing. And Oprah, I mean, she just brought me to tears. It was such a good movie. So it was really cool that they kind of brought that up in that era.
Was Henrietta Leaks a black woman?
She was a black woman.
Wait, okay, so this is a really powerful piece that this black girl,
this young
black girl has the ability to heal the world and give power. I mean, there's something subliminal about that which it makes you wonder why, society doesn't want a black America to rise. That's just my thing, because we're powerful beings.
Well, if you told yourself that you're superior all these years,
and
it kind of hurts your feelings to realize you're not.
No, I think they already knew. They realized they already knew. But I mean, that's amazing. So I'm gonna have to check that out. About, you said what is it?
Henrietta Leaks.
And I must have missed the monologue again.
But it's a very interesting thing.
Very good, Amy Landecker.
So they have Tracy kind of hubbed away at the top of this ship and this like laboratory kind of thing. And of course it's this giant, I don't know, shipping yard ship kind of thing. So there's multiple layers and somehow they infiltrate it. Robin's at the helm of the like control room for a little while.
She's directing them. She's looking at all of the screens in the rooms and helping Frank Shaver to get in. And but this young girl, Tracy, can heal people.
Yes.
She can bring the dead back to life. And it was so funny because when she got out, did you see the plant? It was tilted over, wilted, and then when she walked by it,
it comes to life. But so they finally make their way up to Tracy. Like I said, they do that. They're able to get her away. We witness her healing ability when she walks by the plant, and we're like, oh, whoa, that's what her ability is. And then you're so saddened for her. They have scars down her neck, and you can just tell that she's been experimented on all these years. So finally Jamie Foxx is kind of holding off everybody, and he takes the power.
And then he has, I think his power is like, problem, like he can just,
was it?
It's something that like the
was
atmosphere.
It like electricity?
It was like the atmosphere, like he can maneuver
like
the universe, the energy.
Yeah, it was so crazy.
But it's so powerful that it could kill him.
It killed him.
Which
It killed
it
him.
did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah, but he can kill everything within, I think, a half a mile radius or something.
it can throw.
Yes.
Like it
He can control the
control
atmosphere,
where
the
it
universe.
goes, and yeah, it was really
That's
cool.
crazy.
Really
But-
cool. Like, what was that?
So
What was that?
the thing is, you're saying, well, how did she get this? How did she get this power? So
Yeah.
they experimented on him once while he was in the military.
That's right, and that's how they
And he
found
only
out.
took it once, and he knew how powerful. But once it's in your system, it's in there forever.
Yep.
And when he co-created with the mother, which we never hear the background story of the mother.
No.
They had her, and the baby was born with, which was Tracy. And so amazing. But
Amazing. Yeah. No, it was
Yeah.
really cool. Really cool. So, of course, somehow they harrowingly escape Tracy from her little room. And at that time, Jamie Foxx is kind of crumpled on the ground, and Tracy's able to bring her father back to life.
Yeah.
And, really.
And then they live happy ever after.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's what we get.
Yeah.
A nice little wrap up.
Oh,
So,
wait. There was
Wait.
one part that I really enjoyed.
Okay, yes.
When Frank came to Irene's house in the
Yeah.
comic, and he was like stripped down to save
Oh
her
my
because
God,
they were
that
coming
was so
to-
funny.
That was like great comic relief.
It really
and it was.
was.
Really, like, what? You think I don't live here?
Yeah.
I want this beautiful black woman.
Well, and what was so funny is that the cat comes out and he's like, "Achoo, achoo, achoo, achoo. Is there a cat here?" And he's like, "I thought you lived here, buddy." And he's like, "What? You don't think I could be with this beautiful black woman?" It was hilarious.
It was
great.
like,
it was
man, it was great writing. That was great writing.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Mwah.
thank you.
It was totally
And he's
needed.
so adorable.
Yeah.
Joseph Levitt is cute.
You know, he's really grown on me.
Yeah.
He's really grown on me over the
is.
years. Yeah, he's a really good actor.
But I mean, overall, I totally liked the film.
yeah.
Yeah.
What
For
would
me,
your-
I would give it, if we had to give it a letter, it'd be an A. If we have to give it a number from 1 to 10, 10 being the best, I would say give it a 10.
Okay, that's great.
It was really good.
Yeah, I'll go, I'll be generous today. yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'll give it an A too. Yeah, heck yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Girl.
I think everything has room for
No,
improvement.
yeah.
Whatever.
It was really good, yeah.
It was really good. Great storyline, amazing graphics.
Yeah, it
great
wasn't too boring for you, was it? 'Cause you know,
I mean, it was kind of, the graphics were so over the top that it was like, it wasn't really blood.
Yeah.
Right? It was
Yeah.
weird so it was cool.
Yeah.
And it really pushed the envelope in terms of your thinking, in terms of drugs, in terms of right and wrong, in terms of structures and all of these
Right,
things.
right.
So I loved that.
Very good
So,
job,
yeah,
Jamie.
absolutely.
Really like you. I'm definitely a fan of Jamie Foxx. I like to see him in action movies. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Mike Tyson, and everybody did a great job. We liked it. We liked it. Definitely look at this film. Support Black actors.
Yes.
And film. Netflix is blowing up.
Yes.
And we're going to be doing lots of reviews because we want you to see
Absolutely.
the talent that gets convoluted because there's so many movies coming out on Netflix until they open up the theaters again. So yeah, you got any closing remarks, any words?
I'm just gonna piggyback on you. Definitely see this film. I mean, you want an action-packed thrill ride. This is it. So
is.
yeah, thank you for tuning in as always.
Yeah.
Right? Don't be asleep to dream. You don't have to be asleep to dream.
Line right, but remember to like, share, and subscribe. You know what? Okay, we gonna help her out here. I'm gonna let her close it out. Remember, you don't have to be asleep to dream. So get up, get out, and do something for yourself. Go ahead, try that again.
All right.
Okay.
Remember, you don't have to be asleep to dream. So get up, get out, and do something for yourself. All right.
That's Rav'n Moon.
An actor with passion.
And I'm LaDios Muhammad, actor with purpose. And we are actors
From the dark side.